Here are some things to think about as you try to organize your thoughts and kind of, you know, integrate all this information that you're learning in the simulation. Just some questions to answer. Very simple to kind of help you think through things. So in terms of positioning, which segments like your product, if any? You've got to find one that does, or more than one, and maybe even that does. Okay. Who are your closest competitors in those particular segments? Who do they like that you're trying to take market share away from? Okay. Is your brand ideally positioned? If not, how do you reposition it? What do you do there? Okay. What's it going to take to reposition? Can you just use perceptual objectives? You're going to have to do a major R&D project to kind of fix things. Okay. Are there any segments that that don't have any products they like? Maybe there's an opportunity to create a new brand for a segment that really doesn't have any that appeal to them. So that's an idea. Awareness. What's the awareness levels with your target segments? Is it at least 70%? If not, how do you get it there? How does it compare to your competitors? Okay, how do you increase awareness? A lot of things you can do there. So what are you doing? Okay, promotions themselves. We're talking about advertising. We're talking about digital marketing. So where do you consumers consume media? Is it all traditional or outdoor, or is there some digital paid, digital earned, digital owned? Are you aligned with those particular preferences of the target segment? If you're not, then your message probably isn't reaching them in an optimal way. Purchase intentions. Getting awareness up it's just the beginning, and it's not the end of the battle. So what are the intentions? How do they relate to the competitors? If there's a gap between awareness and intentions, or a gap between intentions and market share, why? What explains the gaps? What can you do to close those gaps? What can you do to get consumers to like your product more? Number 5, shopping habits. Where do you customers like to shop? Why is this important? Are you optimally aligned with your consumer shopping habits? If not, how do you fix that? What can you do to increase your presence in a particular retail channel? Market share. How do you increase your market share? Is it good already? Is it bad? What can you do? Okay. Market share is kind of an end goal. You want to sell as many products as you can, but if you're not doing well, again, I mentioned the gaps between intentions and market share. What are the gaps? Why are they there? How do you close those? Okay, so just some questions that as you go through each round, you can kind of use this as a guide and kind of answer the questions, and hopefully those answers will give you ideas about what you need to do next.